Hey folks, it's Dave Isaacs, and I am showing off my newest acquisition here. This is an Eastwood Tiger, which is a replica of Jerry Garcia's Tiger guitar built by Doug Irwin. And aside from lacking the Tiger inlay over here, it certainly has all the cosmetic details, and while I'm not enough of a gear expert to be able to tell you what else might be different about it, I'm very, very pleased with the way it plays and the way it sounds. It's heavy. It is a solid block of maple here. So maple here in the center and then walnut on the top and back here. 2 humbuckers and a single coil, which is sort of the reverse of what you often see when you have a hum-hum single, because the single coil is in the neck position and then the humbuckers back here. Both of these with coil tap switches. There's also an onboard effects loop, which I haven't even tried yet, and there is a preamp built in as well that runs on a 9-volt. Eastwood guitars out of the UK, and I had it in a week when I ordered it, so I was very, very impressed, I have to say. So, with that said, of course, I'm practically obligated to do a Jerry Garcia series, and so today I want to take a look at the song Candyman, which is really interesting for a couple of reasons, but first of all, because I always found that it confounded my brain a little bit. I didn't find it an easy chord progression to follow, although if you just listen to the song, it sounds completely natural. There's a question of what key we're actually in. We're arguably in the key of C with moments that go to the key of F. So let's walk through this now, and I'm doing, as always, I try to do a good mix of exact parts with approximations of the things that we don't really need to get bogged down in right now to play the song, okay? So, primarily, I'm going to be showing you bar chord rhythm down here with more or less the kind of accompaniment that it sounds like Jerry is playing on the recording. I'm working from American Beauty because, number one, it's such a wonderful recording, and number two, it's good to have a concrete reference, and the live versions you can extrapolate from there. So, chord changes in the intro are just B flat, F, and C. You could play these all in big bars, which is what Garcia would have been likely to do. And I think it sounds a little better and a little more consistent, although you could play a 4-finger B flat, 4-note F, and open C. Or this. Personally, I think both stylistically and sonically, this is the way to go. B flat, F, C. And notice there's a couple of different things that Garcia does. Right now, I'm just playing ring the chord, release and mute the chord. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, with a ghost. Now you also hear where there's a back and forth between a muted bass note and then a stab on the rest of the chord. I'll get more into that as we go, but I want to look at this melody line he played. From a B flat chord, we're taking just the third of the chord and the root, these 2 notes coming from the B flat bar form, sliding from the 5th to the 7th fret with probably my middle finger on the 3rd string, and then grabbing index finger, fret 6 over here, 1st string, releasing the pressure on that 6th fret note right away so it pops, it's staccato, and then another one, and then this is a piece of an F chord, either a D shape or a C shape, depending on how you look at it. But we're just playing sixths, it's a tricky word to say, sliding now from fret 3 on the 3rd string to 5, again middle finger. Now ring finger, 1st string, fret 5, Again, an interval of a sixth. So when I call that a sixth, that is separating for a moment from what notes we're using of the chord, okay? In the B flat chord, this is a third and a root. In the F chord, this is a fifth and a high third. We're not worrying about that part. We're also classifying this sound and this kind of sequence, which you've heard many times, as parallel sixths, okay? So you can cross pick this down, up, down, up, or combination pick and fingers. I might use my middle finger to pluck the first string, continue to use my pick for the third string. I actually prefer the sound of the pick here. Then, now here, I want to sound those notes together, so pick and fingers really is the best sound, I think. I'm again doing a slide from 2 frets down, again with the middle finger. This time on the D string, fret 3, up to 5. Then bring the ring finger to string 2, fret 5. Now I'm going to play 2 notes together. Pick getting the 4th string, finger plucking the 2nd. Slide this down to fret 3, and then this is middle on fret 2 of the D, index on fret 1 of the B, and it's a piece of a C chord. So is this. It's a piece of the bar. So you can also do that 3 times. B flat, F, C. 3 times it does that. The 4th time, this is a G. Fret 9, fret 8. Also a G. Fret 12, fret 12. So walking up a G scale. Excuse me. So here's the whole intro, and then I'll go on from there. C. Again, I'm not swearing to the exact transcription here, but the basic effect fifth to a root off the bar chord, one note, muted, and then on the chord. So I'm approximating this all the way through. I'm going to walk through the chord changes. Let's say we're treating this like we're in the key of C, but watch this. 1 chord, C, G minor, which is not in the key of C, and F. So why are we calling it C? Because we're going to end up sort of in C, sort of in F. The truth is it doesn't really matter, but essentially it does feel like we're in F for a minute, because really this could be a 5 chord, and this is typical Garcia harmony, a 2 chord G minor in the key of F, resolving to 1, but it's also in the key of C. G minor is a minor 5, which is fine, really, that happens. F is a 4 chord. Now we stay there. F. Up to a G bar, which which is a 5 chord in the key of C, to a D minor, which is a 2 chord, G again, 5 chord, D minor, 2 chord, F, 4 chord, which definitely doesn't feel like 1 anymore. And then we go on up to a G. Then B flat, we're in the chorus, F, C. A minor this time, which is a 6 in C, G, and F, G. As I said, approximating the basic voicings and just using the kind of bar chords and the kind of sort of broken up rhythm patterns that you would often see Garcia using. But the main thing I'd like you to get from this is that sliding sixth intro. And also the chord progression. It goes through a lot of chords, but if you think of it in segments, C, 4 bars, or the 4 bars of 2, and then G minor, F. That's one little segment, and Garcia tended to write his chord patterns like this. You'll have a 4 or 8 bar sequence with a particular chordal pattern, which a lot of writers would have just repeated the same thing over and over again. But then he would choose another 3 or 4 chord pattern, 4 or 8 bars, that might point you to a different key center. If you put them together, the notes would form a mode as opposed to a major or a minor scale. That's going deeper into the theory of it. But basically, just suffice it to say that in this first segment, C, 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 G minor, F, F. I think I'm okay with hearing that in C. Then the next segment is just F and F and F and F. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. Now there's a third segment which is doing something different. G major, D minor. And then last segment is F and G again. You can follow along on either the tab or the straight chord chart. And I do think it's good to be able to read either one of those. The chord chart just really giving you the letters. And just for fun, I put the Nashville numbers in there too. Just to illustrate how that might look. And it's not even so much that it has to be a Nashville thing, but for you to start hearing harmony in terms of these numbers, a 1 chord, a 4 chord, a 5 chord, and what happens when you make that 5 chord minor. It's really going to help you learn songs. It's going to help you remember songs to keep all that information straight. Oh, and I meant to say that the chorus also has its own cycles. The B flat F C cycle, and then the A minor G F G cycle. I'm going to play this through once more. I'm going to try to keep my tempo. It's around 80 beats per minute, and I have a tendency to slow it down. Playing the intro part and then walking through the chords for the verse and chorus. 2, 3, 4. Next cycle, G, D minor, G, D minor, F, G, and now we're leading to the chorus. B flat, F, C, B flat, F, C, same cycle. New cycle, A minor, G, F, G, stay there. Now there's also some arpeggiated figures you can play, these bar chords. There is a turnaround at the end of the song in the double chorus where we have a quick F chord, second, third, fourth, and then C chord, third, fourth, fifth. That sounds good too. That's just basically holding the chord and picking across a 3-note figure. So that's the basics of the Grateful Dead's Candyman. Again, I'm playing on the Eastwood Tiger. I've decided to dub this one Tiger Rose. I never used to name my guitars, but you know what? This one deserves one. I'm Dave Isaacs. Thanks for watching. And as I said, I feel obligated, having this instrument, to do a Garcia series, so there will be more of these as well. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.